How's it going, farming family? Welcome to a new video. Have you ever felt that frustration of going to the nest with all the hope in the world and finding it empty? It used to happen to me all the time. I felt like I was feeding my hens the best stuff, but the results just weren't there. I was about to give up until I discovered that the solution wasn't at the supply store, but in my own trash can. Today, I'm going to reveal the best-kept secret of my chicken coop. Those peels we throw away every day are actually pure gold for our birds. Ever since I started using them, my egg baskets are always overflowing. If you want your hens to be healthier and lay twice as many eggs, stay with me. And hey, if you're as passionate about this world as I am, give the video a big thumbs up, because that helps me a lot to keep sharing these country tips. Without further ado, let's get started. I remember perfectly the first time I saw my grandmother keeping eggshells in an old jar. I thought it was crazy. Why give back to the hen what she herself just produced? But she, with that wisdom that only years can give, told me, "Son, nature wastes nothing, and neither should you." At first, I was afraid my hens would start pecking their own eggs if I gave them the shells. But I learned the trick. You have to toast them and grind them well. When hens consume that recycled calcium, their eggs come out with a shell so strong you could swear they're made of stone. It's a perfect cycle of nutrition that doesn't cost you a cent. Since I implemented this consistently, I noticed that my birds no longer look tired after laying. Producing an egg takes a lot of calcium from their own bones, and if we don't give it back, they stop laying to protect their health. It's like we're giving them a luxury supplement for free. Best of all, it's super simple to prepare at home while you're cooking breakfast. Just make sure they're well dried and turned into powder so they don't identify the shape of the original egg. It's the first step to turning your coop into a real factory of high-quality eggs. Question of the day. Have you ever fed your hens their own shells, or were you afraid they'd start breaking each other's eggs? Tell me about your experience in the comments. A while ago, after making myself some orange juice in the morning, I stood there looking at the pile of peels and thought about my chickens. I had read that vitamin C is excellent for the immune system, so I decided to try it. At first, my hens looked at them with suspicion, as if they were something from another planet, but they soon went crazy for them. What I discovered was amazing. Citrus peels help fight heat stress. Here in the country, summers can be brutal, and a stressed hen is a hen that doesn't lay eggs. By giving them these finely chopped peels, I kept them cool and with their defenses through the roof, avoiding those typical diseases from weather changes. It's not necessary to give them pounds of it. A little bit added to their food is enough to notice a change in their vitality. Their feathers started to shine more, and most importantly, the laying pace didn't drop even a bit during heat waves. It's incredible how something that used to end up in the compost can be so vital for them. Of course, always remember to chop them very finely to make it easier for them. Seeing them run all over the yard with a piece of orange peel is a clear sign that they're happy and full of energy. And as we all know, a happy hen is a hen that gives you delicious eggs every morning. One day, while my brothers were snacking on bananas, I realized that those peels are an incredible source of potassium and magnesium. I thought about how these minerals help us with muscles and energy, and I wondered if they would do the same for my girls. I decided to chop them up and mix them with their regular grain to see what would happen. The reaction was immediate. It seems they love the sweet taste. But beyond the flavor, potassium helps the egg formation process be much more efficient inside the hen. It's like putting high-quality fuel in an engine that never stops. I noticed that the hens, which used to look a bit slow or down, started moving with more agility throughout the coop. Banana peel also provides fiber, which significantly improves their digestion. If their digestive system works well, they can better absorb all the nutrients from their main diet. Since then, not a single banana peel is thrown away in my house. It's a nutritious dessert that they appreciate with constant laying and firm-yolked eggs. It's a small change in the routine that makes a big difference in the egg basket at the end of the week. Mutton. When winter arrives, I always worry because my chickens need more energy to stay warm. One afternoon, while peeling potatoes for a stew, I remembered that the peel has much of the starch and nutrients of the tuber. I knew I shouldn't give them raw because of the solanine, so I decided to give them a quick boil before serving. That little trick of cooking them was a game changer during the cold months. The hens devoured the cooked potato peels as if they were a delicacy from the gods. That extra boost of carbohydrates gave them the body heat necessary to not go into power-saving mode and keep laying eggs despite the low temperatures. It's fascinating to see how something so ordinary can be the difference between an empty nest and a full one in January. The key is in that brief boil. Never give them green or raw ones because we want them healthy, not sick. It's a gesture of affection that they return tenfold. Now, every time I prepare mashed potatoes or fries, my hens already know it's their turn for the feast. They huddle at the coop door, waiting for their portion of warm energy. It's comforting to know that I'm using everything in the kitchen so that my birds live better and produce more. Many people are surprised when I tell them I give onion skins to my chickens. But that smells so strong, they tell me. However, my grandfather always used to say that the onion is the best doctor in the countryside. The outer skins, those that look like paper, are loaded with antioxidants and sulfur compounds that cleanse the organism. I use them mainly to keep internal parasites away. By mixing them crushed into their bedding or their food, I've noticed that my hens get sick much less than my neighbors. A hen with a clean respiratory system and no internal bugs has all her energy put into just one thing: laying eggs. At first, I was worried the eggs would taste like onion, but not at all. That's a total myth. The flavor of the egg remains the purest and most delicious in the world, but with the benefit of coming from a super protected mother. It's like giving them an invisible shield against the bacteria that usually haunt chicken coops. Don't underestimate the power of those dry skins we usually disregard when cooking. They are a natural preventive medicine tool that will save you a lot of money on chemical products. At the end of the day, having a healthy flock is the basis of any successful production, and the onion is your best ally. Last summer was one of the hottest I remember, and my poor hens had their beaks open all day trying to cool off. It occurred to me to give them the watermelon rinds we had eaten at lunch. They didn't just eat the remaining red part, they pecked the green rind until it was transparent. Watermelon rinds are like small hydration stations full of vitamins. Keeping a hen well hydrated is crucial, since an egg is largely water. If the hen is dehydrated, the first thing her body does is stop egg production to survive. It was incredible to see how after eating the watermelons, they got their spirits back and returned to their nest normally. Additionally, the entertainment that pecking a large rind gives them prevents them from fighting each other out of boredom or stress. It's a toy and a food all in one. So next time you enjoy a fresh watermelon, think of your birds. Leave those rinds in a shaded corner of the coop and you'll see how they thank you. It's the most natural and fun way to ensure that they keep laying those big, fresh eggs that we love so much. Sometimes we forget that for a hen to lay egg after egg, she needs a good dose of protein. One day I was in the garden shelling peas and I had a mountain of green pods left over. I decided to chop them into small pieces and give them to the hens, hoping that at least it would serve as fiber. To my surprise, doing a little more research, I discovered that those green pods are rich in plant proteins. My hens started laying eggs with a much denser white and a firmer yolk. Protein is the building block of the egg, and these pods are a free and delicious source. It's rewarding to see how the cycle from the garden to the coop is utilized. What the land gives us, we pass on to the hens, and they give it back to us in the form of food for our table. Since that day, not a single legume pod touches the ground of my compost pile without first passing through my birds' beaks. If you notice that your hens are laying small eggs or ones with very runny whites, try giving them these legume scraps. You will notice the difference in egg quality in a matter of days. It's a simple trick, but with results that are clearly seen when breaking the egg in the pan. October and November are pumpkin months in my home, and we always save the skins and seeds for the flock. It turns out that pumpkin seeds contain a compound called cucurbitacin that acts as a very effective natural dewormer. A clean gut means that the hen absorbs all the nutrients to manufacture eggs. I usually chop the pumpkin skin and mix it with the raw seeds. The hens love the intense orange color, and curiously, that color carries over directly to the yolk of their eggs. My customers and friends always ask me why my eggs have such a vibrant color, and the secret is the pumpkin. In addition to intestinal health, pumpkin is rich in vitamin A, essential for eye health and the mucous membranes of the birds. A hen that sees well and breathes well is an active hen that looks for food and stays productive. It's incredible how a single food can cover so many fronts at once. So don't throw away that hard part of the pumpkin you don't use in your soups. Chop it up a bit and give it to your hens. You will be protecting them on the inside and improving the appearance of their eggs on the outside. It's an absolute win-win that any breeder, whether novice or expert, should put into practice. Cucumber is another one of those foods that we usually peel and discard the skin without thinking. One day while preparing a salad, a piece of cucumber skin fell, and one of my youngest hens ran to catch it as if it were a treasure. That made me curious, and I started researching the benefits of cucumber for birds. It turns out that cucumber skin is rich in silica, a fundamental mineral for feathers to grow strong and shiny. During molting season, when the hens stop laying to renew their plumage, giving them these skins speeds up the process. The faster they molt, the faster they return to laying eggs. In addition to helping with the feathers, cucumber is extremely refreshing and light. On very humid days, it helps the hen's digestive system not feel heavy. It's like a digestive tonic that keeps them light and active, searching for food all over the yard. Now, every time there is cucumber on the family menu, the hens receive their portion of beauty and health. It's comforting to see them with such healthy plumage, and to know that thanks to that, the period in which they stop laying is minimized. A small detail, but with a huge visual and productive impact. Apples are the favorite fruit of many, including me, but their skins are what really hold the pectin and fiber. One winter, I noticed that my hens were a bit constipated due to the excess of dry grain, and I decided to start giving them the apple skins left over from desserts. The improvement in their regularity was immediate, and although it sounds strange, a hen that processes her food well is much more consistent in laying eggs. Apple skin helps them clean the digestive tract and maintain a healthy intestinal flora. If the internal motor works without obstructions, production doesn't stop. Additionally, apple skins have an aroma that seems to attract them very much, which keeps them entertained looking for every little bit among the straw. That extra foraging exercise also contributes to them being in better physical shape. We don't want obese hens, we want strong and muscular hens. It's a very simple habit. When you peel an apple for your children or yourself, leave the skins in a bowl and take them to the coop. It's a gesture of care that improves their quality of life and ensures that your egg basket never stays empty. Nature gives us the tools. We just have to know how to use them. Although technically not a fruit peel, the leaves that wrap the corn are one of the best things you can put into the coop. I used to throw them into the trash pile until I saw one of my hens playing with one. I realized that they didn't just peck at them for the fiber, but that it also served to de-stress them. Stress is the #1 enemy of egg laying. If a hen is nervous or gets bored, she starts pecking at the others, or worse yet, stops laying. Corn husks give them something to focus on, keep them busy looking for kernels that sometimes get trapped, and provide them with much-needed coarse fiber. I have observed that on rainy days when they cannot go out to graze much, these leaves save the day. They keep the coop environment calm and harmonious. And as we well know, a peaceful environment is fundamental for the laying cycle to stay twice as active. Do not underestimate the power of keeping your birds entertained. Sometimes the lack of eggs is not because of poor nutrition, but because of pure stress. Corn husks are the perfect toy, biodegradable and nutritious, that avoids behavior problems in your flock. After months of applying all these tricks, I realized something fundamental. It's not about giving them these peels once a month, but integrating them into their daily life. Consistency is what really makes your hens lay twice as many eggs. Seeing my basket full every morning is the best reward for these small efforts. I've learned to see my kitchen waste not as trash, but as fuel for my small farm. My hens are healthier, their feathers shine like never before, and the eggs are the best in the whole area. My neighbors always ask me what my secret is, and I always tell them the same thing. Don't throw away the peels. I hope these tips serve you as much as they have served me, and that you start seeing changes in your nest very soon. There is nothing more satisfying than being self-sufficient and knowing that you are giving the best to your animals in the most natural way possible. In the end, the countryside is about that, about taking care of life in all its forms. Thank you for joining me on this tour of my co-op and my secrets. You will see that with these small changes, your hens will not only lay more, but they will live much happier lives. I hope to see those photos of your baskets full of eggs very soon. If these farm secrets have changed your way of seeing your kitchen waste, and you want your birds to thrive like never before, subscribe and like our channel. We are rediscovering the wisdom of the countryside that many have tried to forget. Cultivate the future with us. The next farm treasure will be revealed very soon.